Martin Luther King Jr. was a preacher. He spoke about love and forgiveness. He fought for civil rights. He wanted equality for all people. In August 1963, King traveled to Washington, D.C. He joined a march for jobs and freedom. Hundreds of thousands of people came. They wanted change. They wanted justice. King stood before the Lincoln Memorial. This was the place where Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This document freed slaves in America. Now King wanted to free people from segregation. King's voice boomed across the crowd, resonating with a powerful message that would echo through the ages. He spoke about his dream, a vision that transcended the barriers of race and prejudice. It was a dream of equality, where every individual would be treated with the same respect and dignity. He dreamed that one day, his children would live in a nation where they would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. A place where children of all races could play together without fear or prejudice. King spoke about freedom, a fundamental right that had been denied to so many for so long. He wanted everyone to be free to vote, to have a voice in the democratic process, and to shape their own destinies. Free to live where they wanted, without the constraints of segregation or discrimination. Free to pursue their dreams, to study, to work, and to achieve their fullest potential. He wanted everyone to have the same opportunities no matter their race. King spoke about justice, a cornerstone of his vision. He knew that America was not treating black people fairly. Segregation and systemic racism were rampant. He wanted justice for everyone, a society where laws were applied equally and fairly to all. He wanted everyone to be treated equally under the law, to ensure that the rights of every citizen were protected and upheld. His dream was not just for his time, but for future generations to come. King's speech was a turning point in the civil rights movement. Delivered on August 28, 1963, during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, it became a defining moment in the struggle for equality. It showed the world the power of peaceful protest. The march brought together over 250,000 people of all races, united in their demand for justice and equality. It highlighted the deep-seated injustice faced by black people in America. Segregation and discrimination were rampant, and the images from the march brought these issues to the forefront of national consciousness. The speech put immense pressure on the government to act. King's eloquence and the sheer size of the crowd made it impossible for lawmakers to ignore the call for change. People listened to King's words with hope and determination. His vision of a future where all people are judged by the content of their character resonated deeply with the audience. They saw the urgent need for change and were inspired to continue the fight for civil rights. The march galvanized a movement that would not be silenced. The Civil Rights Act was passed the next year, in 1964. This landmark legislation was a direct result of the pressure exerted by the civil rights movement. This law outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. It was a monumental step forward in the quest for equality. King's speech was a significant victory for the civil rights movement. It symbolized the power of nonviolent protest and the possibility of achieving justice through peaceful means. But the fight was far from over. The passage of the Civil Rights Act was just one step in a long journey toward true equality. There was still much work to be done. The struggle for civil rights continued, with activists tirelessly working to dismantle systemic racism and achieve lasting change. Section 4, A Dream for All Time. King's I Have a Dream speech is still relevant today. It reminds us that we must keep fighting for equality. We must keep fighting for justice. The speech inspires people all over the world. It shows us that change is possible. It shows us that even in the face of adversity, we must never give up hope. King's message is timeless. It is a message of hope. It is a message of love. It is a message that will continue to inspire people for generations to come. Section 5, A Legacy of Hope. Martin Luther King Jr. once stood before a nation divided, speaking words that would echo through the ages. His dream was not just a vision for his time, but a beacon of hope for generations to come. King's dream is still being realized today. Across the world, people of all backgrounds come together to stand up for justice and equality. They march, they protest, and they celebrate the rich tapestry of human diversity. We have made progress towards a more just and equitable society. Children of different races play together without a second thought, and workplaces are more inclusive than ever before. But there is still work to be done. The fight for social justice continues as new challenges arise and old prejudices persist. Community leaders and activists tirelessly advocate for change. We must continue to fight for equality for all people. Every voice matters and every action counts. From peaceful protests to community organizing, the movement for equality is alive and well. We must continue to challenge injustice wherever we see it. In the courts, in our communities, and in our hearts, the battle against inequality must be relentless. We must never forget the words of Martin Luther King Jr. His speeches filled with passion and conviction remind us of the power of words to inspire change. King's legacy is one of hope. It is a legacy that calls us to believe in a better future, to hold on to the light even in the darkest times. He believed in the power of love to overcome hate. Love is a force that can break down barriers and build bridges between people. He believed that one day we would all live together in peace, a world where our differences are celebrated, not feared, and where harmony prevails. Let us continue to work towards that dream. Let us honor his legacy by striving every day to create a world where justice, equality, and love are the guiding principles.